Hey, how we doing? I've been mic on the intro then. That's a bit naughty, wasn't it? So we got quite a few in today. Thomas Peter Studston. Good morning to you, mate. Chris is in. Afternoon, Chris. What's morning for you there still? Tim, hi Tim. Aaron's in. Just catching up. There's lots of flies flying around in here today, which is really annoying. Afternoon, Rob. Rob Head. A bit dull. Yeah, it's a bit on and off here today. Sometimes it's sunny, but most of the time we've got some cloud overhead. You know, that's to be expected, isn't it? It is a battery powered radio, so it'd be really interesting. I do like these. Got a couple solutions for power here, so we'll see how we get on. 1.5 volt is the LT on it, 90 volts HT. Not that I know anything about these things, as you well know. This is right out of my comfort zone again, so thanks for voting me out of my comfort zone. Afternoon, Danish. Sky Queen. I've got the Sky King as well, actually. I do like that radio as well. Afternoon FM. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, the problem is you've only got slip slightly with a battery connector and you've got no filaments left, so it's one of the things with these. It's going to be interesting to see if the valves are any good. I have got some spares here, and I've got other radios that I've repaired in the past that have got working valves, so I think we're going to be okay with valves. Hi Bob, how are you? Bob's hoping the valves are okay as well. Tim's saying good to see me no wireless. David's in. Hi David, how are you, mate? Yeah, the Volver. It's a Volve one. Matamble, hi Joe. Rob Tiveridge, hi Rob. Keith's in. Hi Keith. Ben's in. Hang on, it's just a big jump then. Big jump, big jump. John Hood, hi John. And Cage Nut Steve. Hi Steve. Your computer feels like working today, John, does it? Welcome, John. Anthony, good afternoon to you, mate. Hope you're okay. Malty's in. Benji's in. Derek Cooper. David Tag. Hi, David. Your Alexa screws up your tally, does it? Alexa, turn the tally off. Sorry, Map. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. And Rob's radio channel. Hi, Rob. Hi, Sandra. Sandra's in. I've caught up with everybody, I think, now. I think I've caught up with everybody. So somewhere here I had the service manuals of this up, but they seem to have disappeared. So let me just get the history back up again, and I'll put them in that one. And there's found two manuals on it. Oh. Okay. I believe this is 1953. I did a little bit of research this morning just looking at what happened in 1953, and it was quite surprising. Why didn't it like that? Don't like it because it's in my other drive, isn't it? Ah, you are so naughty. Right. Let's just get the manufacturer's one up because that's pretty good. This has got a very strange feature on the side of it, which I'm hoping somebody will be able to help me with in a bit. Oh, where the hell's that gone then? I've dragged it out of the radio data somehow. How have I managed to do that? Sky Queen, where are you? Yeah, so Winston Churchill was our Prime Minister still in 1953. Right, where the hell's Everest gone? I know where it's gone. It's gone into my it's gone into my iCloud. Oh well. This'll do. There's pretty much, it looks like all three radios were the same. The Sky King, Queen and Prince. I thought the Sky King was mains powered though, or has that got, no, that's got a little, one of these little transformery things in it, hasn't it? Because it is. So they're pretty much the same but with different cases by the looks of it. Your Alexa notifications come through on your TV, do they, Benchy? Oh dear. Sky Queen is your dad's old radio, really? I was looking up cars of the era as well, and in 1953 the TR2 came out, the Triumph TR2, and the Ford 100 Popular, or the Ford Popular 100E came out. I don't know if anybody's parents or anybody was driving around in one of those back in the day. I don't think we had a Ford Popular. What's the earliest car I can remember? We had a Hillman Super Minx. I can remember that one, but that's a bit later than that, isn't it, I think. Afternoon, Dave Rhodes. Apart from a backache, I know the feeling. Gier, how you doing, mate? European capital of culture. Excellent. It's here. Mick McGinn, afternoon, Mick. So we've got something to go in first. We got something that's got to be done because it, you know, I just, especially with Valve stuff, I just need a bit of what's the word called? Sustenance. There we go. So I'm going to have a finger in me in order to be able to work on this radio properly. Obviously, don't copy what I do. You don't want to be drinking and working on mains voltage, but this isn't mains voltage really. Well, it is and it isn't. It can be and it might not. It's 90 volts, so I don't think if we come across 90 volts we're going to be in too much trouble. So probably these sets are quite good for someone that wants to make a start on the old Valve gear. Anyway, cheers everybody. A pint full of froth again. Your grandparents drove all around the world in a straight 6 Ford Zodiac. They were nice old cars. I do remember the Zodiac. Just, it was beyond our pay grade when we were, well, when I was a youngster. I can remember having the Super Minx, Hillman Super Minx. I'm sure there was cars before that, but I can't really remember. I know Dad had a Rover 2000 at one stage. But that was probably more the 70s. Yeah, well, I say the Valve Radio one. there it is. Oh, it says whacking the handle down on it. It's an interesting looking radio, isn't it? I quite like it actually. But then I've got a soft spot for these Valve portables. What was I going to do? I was going to do something then, but I totally forgot. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm trying to think what other cars. I mean, we had a Maxi, Austin Maxi. Did we have any British Leyland cars? Well, that is Austin Maxi was British Leyland, wasn't it? I can remember the Super Minx used to break down for a pastime. I think Dad had to get rid of the Rover because it had leather seats in it. I used to get car sick in it, so I think he had to get rid of it because I got so bad I couldn't drive in it at all. Ford Corsair. Sleeping on a piece of plywood. A bit rough. That Danish. Yeah, so my question is, what is that on the side? Because I mean, it sort of looks factory. I mean, why on earth would someone do that? I mean, you'd have a job to do that at home. So this has been recessed, and it's also, the wood has been threaded. So it looks, I mean, somebody could, I suppose, have done it and countersunk it without damaging the cloth, but how on earth would they have done that? I'd struggle to do that. And there's definitely screw threads in there. I don't know what size thread. It looks like about an M5, M6, something like that, or whatever it was back in 1953. Probably old Whitworth's or something. BA. Anybody got any ideas what that would be on the side then? As I say, I don't know if you can see it in that light, but it's definitely got screw threads in it. Let's see if I can get the light. So, yeah. So something's definitely been screwed on the side there at some stage. Maybe someone had a battery eliminator and it was available as an option. Perhaps. Perhaps it was a battery eliminator, you never know. External antenna, I don't know, it could be, David, but I really don't know. I'm at a bit of a loss there. We'll see what I've not really been inside this one. I did take the back off to take some pictures, but that is it. I haven't really paid much attention. Say that the covering's not great. You can see it's lifting in places. I mean, I can tidy that up a little bit. And maybe have a go at doing some fancy little bit of painting just to disguise it a little bit. And in one of our chat groups the other day, we were talking about the Perspex handle, and it's surprisingly good condition. I mean, someone said maybe it would add some stress marks in it, but you know, there's nothing. It's quite chunky as well. Same with the Sky King. When I got the Sky King originally, I thought someone had put a false handle on it, but you know, they haven't. It is the original handle. Yeah. So it's two-wave band, he says. Coming back a bit. Where are you? There you are. Long wave, medium wave. Not a lot on the dial plate there, is there? So we had light, third, north, Ire, Scottish, Midland, West. What else we got? Where's a thing? Northern Ireland, London. And we got light up on the top on long wave. That's the only station that they list on long wave. Well, this is looking a little bit. Now I don't know whether that's just bright metal sprayed. You know, it does look like the brass has worn off, if it was brass, or maybe it's just tarnished. I don't know. I think possibly that will need respraying if we're going to restore it. Unusual, it's got the old chicken head knob on it. Can't beat a good old chicken head knob, can you? That's proper. 1953. God, dear me, that was 11 years before I was born. And the Queen's coronation was in this year as well. Yeah, it's strange, David, isn't it? But they're definitely threaded. We'll have a look inside. Let's have a look in the back end of it. Let's get some more finger in first a minute. Let's get the finger in the thing so get it off the bench. I don't know why I can't get the service manual back. I think I moved it. Into my streams folder. Now I can't get it back. So here's the back of the radio. Let's get the old finger off the desk. Let's get the old screwdriver. These are coin slots, I think. I don't think they're quarter turn, aren't they? Oh, I was thinking that came unslotted, but does it? It's on a hinge. There you go. So here's a cool. It's got that old Volvo radio smell to it. No woodworm in this though. I've done a bit of research and looking around, and a lot of these suffered from woodworm, but this one's okay. Yeah, you could be right about that aerial because the aerial connections are right in there, David. But there was definitely, they were screw holes. I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's had a bit of work actually. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we've had a bit of work done, so we might not have to do a lot on this one. So if you see the cap across the output transformer's been done, look. 400 volts, 0.01. Whether that's the right one or not, I don't know. Looks pretty tidy actually. Looks very clean. Serial number 853544. 853544. Is that the, would you say that's the eighth month of 1953, do you reckon? Now someone's written in pencil what the valve types are, look. DO96. What was that to say? DAF 96. And they obviously didn't have enough space to write in on the other one what it was. The other two. So yeah, maybe someone's messed with an external aerial for it, perhaps. So other signs of habitation. Or someone stuck a little label in there saying what the coloured leads are, so maybe they had it connected up to something different. Certainly looks like this might have been unsoldered at some stage. Now this used a massive great lump of a battery, a B136. just looking at it's got like the rear of it's got like a cloth backing with some staples holding it in. Don't know if that's original or not. Could be. I'm looking down at this bit now. Zoom me out a bit. And we've got a nice little label in there, look, original label. In quite good nick as well. Ever ready, made in Britain. Sky Queen. And the valve types DK96, DF96, DAF96 and DL96. I seem to have lots of 91 series valves and not a lot of 96s. Okay. So how do we get that out of the case then? Interesting. What was that? A ferrocart core on the output transformer? A ferrocart core? What on earth is that? You mean like a hexagonal one? Was that a ferrocart core? I can't see any cores on the output transformer. But certainly somebody's hacked that there across. So it's just hanging on actually. So what we need to do really before we get it out, before we get any power on it, is try and have a look and see whether anyone's done the caps inside it. I think possibly they have, being that one's been done. Makes me wonder whether the other one has as well. So let's just turn that tuning cap. You can't quite see that. Yes, you can. Turn that tuning cap all the way in just to try and protect it. Got a little bit of a bent vein, but that could be bent for tuning. It does look a bit squashed. It does look a bit squashed, that at full. You can see it's bent down there, but it's very, very close clearance on it. Right, how the hell do we take it out of the case then? Because I want to check to see if the grid coupling caps have been done. Ben and Sandra, thank you very much. Afternoon, Mac Vision. Go greet the family. Family come on. Hey. Drinking iron brew, Aaron. Yeah, I can remember having to do one of these sets. I can't remember which one it was. I had to replace every single valve seat. So I've got plenty of them. I don't fancy doing any more. That was horrible. Rob, I just went through the dial plate. Have you shot out again, have you? Ferrocart is sort of predecessor to fire. Layers of paper with iron powder glued on with a coil wound on it. It could well be then. It does look like it's almost looks like it's a capacitor. Afternoon, Rolf. I'm a national trinket, Ben. Thank you. Oh, you've got one as well, Sandra, have you? It's 852196. 852197. So yours is older than this one. I don't know how the serial numbers equate to the dates though, Sandra, but yeah, it's good to hear that you've got one as well. I didn't notice. You obviously told me already that you got one, but... Okay, Rob. National treasure. Stop it. Stop it. Right, so we need to get it out there. And I'm going to refer to this. This is the actual manufacturer's manual. I did have that, but as I say, I can get it up again. I'd have to load it in the side of the computer though and get it off of the disk. But I had lots of problems with the vintage radio disc, so I downloaded all of it onto my laptop here. But then I've gone and moved the file from the laptop onto my iCloud drive. So let me get that, because it's important for you to be able to follow along with the manual as well. Let's not ask about it, let's get it sorted. I bet it's going to tell me that I've got to, I bet it's going to give me some ridiculous thing where I've got to go and get my iPad. One-time passkey. Hang on then. I've got to turn the other computer on to get that. Tell you what, it's a bit of a pain this is. Because the other diagram's nowhere near as good. I'll just boot the iMac up a minute. But yeah, this is the original manufacturer's manual, so it's got a lot more info in this. Even it's really useful for me that don't really know a lot about these sets, because all of the capacitors, it lists all the capacitors and it tells you actually what they do. So, you know, it tells you which is a grid coupling capacitor, screen decoupling, oscillator padder, oscillator trimmer, medium wave aerial tuning, aerial trimmer. So it's really good. It goes through every single one. IF filter cap, tone correction cap. So yeah, really useful information. And it even goes through and tells you what all the resistors and the inductors do as well. So that's a good thing to have. Right, let me just log into this to and get this code a minute. Bluetooth mouse set up. No, we should have the Bluetooth mouse connected. Yeah. Alright, just got to get the passcode off of this machine and I can stick it in this one and get into iCloud. It's a bit pain in the backside. I must drag that back into that folder because it means I've got one folder less. I thought by dragging it in I was copying it, but I wasn't. I moved it. Come on, give me the code. Bluetooth setup assistant. I don't want to set anything Bluetooth up. Okay, shut that down. Where is it? Doesn't like that surface. Where's my code? Come on, give me the code. Give me the code. Yeah. So, yeah, B136 battery as well. I think Bill may have had a play with those, Mr. Battery Maker. Okay, what was wrong then? I don't want to find devices. Didn't get a very resend the code. Let's resend it. Here we go. Here we go. So let's click on allow. Right. 139. Trust it. Yes, let's trust it. iCloud has stopped responding. It's going to do it again, isn't it? It's because that's took too long. Okay, it's done it again. Another password. I had all this sorted. It's a different one this time. Trust, right, I should hopefully do it this time. Whew, yeah, we're in. We're in. Right, Sky Queen PDF, there it is. Download the file. Yay! Done. Now we're in. Now we're in. We got the manual. That didn't take long, did it? Tell you what, computers, they're getting beyond me, you know. I used to teach computers, but stop the flattery. You like the manual for the cost? I followed the first two on that, Tim. I've not caught up with the last two. So I think I've got episodes 3 and 4. I think I've seen you strip the case of it. That was hell of a job. Yeah, that was hell of a job. Brasso on Bakelite. Yeah, we used to use T-cut. But there is some proper stuff for it. The polishing compound number 4 or something. Three tiers of password protection, followed by jumping through a ring of fire. Yeah, it is crazy. You've got to be logged on with another Apple device to be able to get into your Apple iCloud. So if I decided not to have any Apple devices anymore and just have PCs, I wouldn't be able to use my iCloud. So all of my documents and live stream stuff that's stored in iCloud, I'd no longer be able to access. I have heard of it, Aaron, but that's not something I've ever worked on. And when I said I teach computers, I was like the computer super user for one of my old companies. And I used to teach, when the new software and that used to come out, I used to teach all the lads how to use the new software and that sort of thing. I used to build computers back in the day when they were simple enough. Hey, Chris, thank you very much, mate. I can reply on that. Oh. They put in new stuff in all the time, look. If I could spell, that is. So I've replied to that. Oh, that's clever. So I can give it the thumbs up, I can put a heart on it, and I can reply now. Amazing. Yeah, I've got OneDrive and Google Cloud as well, Gia. But the problem is that they don't sync. So I thought I'd dragged the file from, I thought I'd copied it from the drive onto OneDrive, which I can use on this. But I didn't, I deleted it. So I must make sure that I copy that back into that original folder. And let's get Tim's address up for you. Let's get Tim's address up for you. Let me have a swig of this a minute. What am I actually on here? What screen am I on? Oh, I'm on my desktop. Hell. So let's go to my mass. I mean, how can you look at all these channels? It's impossible. I mean, I just tend to jump on ones that catch my eye when it comes up every day. I look on the feed to see who's posted a video. Where's Tim gone? Timothy Can, there he is. So, how do we go to Tim's? There we go. That's his. Let's copy that and we'll paste that in there. There you go, Bob. That should sort you out. So yeah, I've watched parts 1 and 2, but not watched part 3 and 4 yet. So getting into the guts of him now. So part 1 and 2 were mainly the case, I think, weren't they? Yeah. So you can see I've watched these. I have watched that one in its entirety. For some reason, I think maybe I started again. I don't know. But yeah, I've got to watch these two next. Another one that I spotted and had a look at the other day was this one. Capacitor polarity, how to check the outer foil. And I've done that with the caps that are going in on this. So yeah, some interesting stuff. Long wave transmitter modulator. That was one of Derek's creations. So yeah, there we are. That's your plug for today, Tim. Well done, Bob. Right, so let's have a look, see if we can get this thing out of the box. Let's have a look. Let's see how to get the thing out of the box now. Where's my service manual? Here we go. To remove the receiver from the chassis, remove the knobs by slackening the appropriate grub screw. Open the back, we've done that. Lie on its face, making sure the medallion's protected. Disconnect the 2 enameled aerial leads from the tag panel. Yeah, so you can definitely see this has been took apart before. So let's get back onto the, I've got these instructions here in front of me as well. So we should have done that really before we undone that, but it doesn't matter, does it? So, will the grub screws come out? This is the next question. That was a bit tight, but there he is. Let's get a little pot to put everything in. I keep whacking that handle down, don't I? Let's do the other one. Can't really see what I'm up to. I'm up on the top here. That's going to come down now and bash everything, isn't it? Okay. No chicken header. We're going to have to get that one from the front. You'd have thought there was like a little bit of felt or something underneath those, wouldn't you? But I don't know if this was an expensive radio back in the day. I don't think there's a trader sheet on this one. So it says lay the radio down on its face, but protecting the thing. So we'll stick a little bit of foam underneath that. Need to change soldering iron tips. Let's go for the medium-sized one. And this is where we've got to disconnect the two enameled aerial leads. I can show it to you from there, but I won't be able to do it. Oh yes, I will. So looking in the back there. Let's turn that on. Have a swig of the magic finger. Disconnect the loudspeakers. We'll remove the wood screws marked B in figure 11. Yeah, there's something been screwed in here as well. It's just one of those things, isn't it? People repair these. I mean, this looks like it. We might be in luck here. This might have been done. It certainly hasn't been done by me. Let's just get these and take them off. That's one. So the springy at the back. So that's those two done. Disconnect the loudspeaker leads. Well, that's a bit tight to get into. A lot tight, actually. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see this. Well, can you or can't you? No. See, this is marked positive on here, and they've got the negative lead on it. Strange, but you can see that speaker. So just the two leads in here, which I'm going to need to disconnect. It doesn't look like there's a lot of slack on them, mind you. So bear with me when I just take them out. Eight. Sounded a bit Irish, didn't it? Oh, there's a bit of slack on them. They've just tucked in that up in underneath. We might have done an origami job on them though. Come on, get off. Thank you. So we've got to remember the positive one is black. Tell you what, that's soaking up some heat. There we go. Right, that's the aerial leads off. Disconnect the wood screws marked B in figure 11. So here we go. B, so it's those two there. See, I've got more screw holes down here, like something's been strapped across there. So whether they had made their own battery for it, I don't know. So yeah, there's two screws there marked B, so we've got to take them out. And then we've got to remove the nuts and washers marked A, which are on the handle. Pull the handle away and the lower and with lower end leading, lift the chassis off the blocks. The two handle spacers normally secured by the handle will fall away. Oh great, we've got spacers to try and get back in there somehow. Right, so again it's going to be difficult to show you, but let's try. Let's get back around. Yeah, we've got to have a look in behind it, FM, haven't we? George is in. Yeah, we don't want to be wrecking the output transformer. That's for sure. Like I say, it may well have been already done. Screws definitely look like they've been out a fair few times. Give a little bit of chassis movement. So the panel was a bit wibbly wobbly there. Well, it's very wibbly wobbly, that one. Oh, I see why the valve base is mounted on a couple bits of rubber. Interesting. Right, we've got a little tiny nut there. Can't get a nut spinner in there. It's going to be an imperial spanner, isn't it? Imperial size. Let's have a look and see if this one will fit. No, too small. Too big. This one will fit. My little rubbishy Facom. Sounds bad, doesn't it? Skinny on that. Looks like it's 1/4 inch. Two of those. Looks like it's almost 7 mil. Don't think I've got a 7 mil spanner here, have I? Yes, I have. I've got a 6 and a 7 here. In me Weira Christmas toolkit. It's not 7. It's not 6. It's definitely imperial. But luckily it's is that a metal washer? No, it's got a stainless steel washer. Well, it's not magnetic. Welcome in, George. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're doing all right. And Mrs. Christophi's okay. So going to my little baby adjustable spanner. I did want a little backhoe spanner, but I went with this because I thought it was a good make, but I think it's good as a backhoe would be. Still got to do some videos on my portable toolkit, haven't I? Pretty much got it ready to go now as well. I just wanted to grab a couple different bags from work to review, really. Okay. So it says, do that, remove the wood screws, remove the nuts and washers, pull the handle away. Pull the handle away. Okay. And it should. Oh, no, this is all tangled up here. What's going on here? Get off. It's out. She's out. Oh, that wasn't the easiest chassis removal I've ever done, I must admit. And normally it's just a few screws, isn't it? But that was a bit more awkward. It's a BA nut. Yeah, it's a BA nut. But I can't get a nut spinner in there. So is it? It's a 4BA, George, for your exact information. Let's have a look then. So that's unwound a little bit because I've just yanked it. That's no problem. Okay, well we have got someone's done some work in that, and it looks to me like they're all Mullard mustards. Oh, hang on, no, there's one tucked in behind this one. I think this has been done, you know. That looks to me like it's been done. It's best to get you in on this that way. Let's just prop it up a little bit. We can have a look right inside it. So we've got an electrolytic in there, which looks very smart. Underneath that, is that a resistor? I think it is. But it looks like, yeah, see, that's not original. You can see the burning on the wire on that. That one's definitely been changed. They've put little ceramic discs in there though. But these Mullard mustard caps, they are mustard. They're really good. So there shouldn't be any issues with those, really. That electrolytic, I wonder if they've restuffed that. It does look like it's been out. Just let me get my eyes on it and see. Yeah, it's definitely been out before. but it looks very, very clean. I think we'll pop that off of there because I believe it's 8 microfarads at 150 volts, is it? Yeah, 8 microfarads, 150 volts DC working. Yeah, this has been recapped. And they've put all mullered mustards in it. No expense spared, so I'm going to be happy to fire that up, I think. I don't think we're going to need to do a lot to this. I don't think we're going to need to do a lot at all to it. As long as they haven't left anything shorted or anything like that. But we need to just check the... Is it worth popping the grid coupling cap off anyway, just to check? I'll take it as this one here. Was it that one there? But yeah, they've been done. Mullered mustards. What could go wrong? These are quite sought after now. So I'm going to lift this lead here, and we'll just check that what that cap's doing. We'll see how close to the 8 volts, 8 microfarads it is. Volts. So it goes on that one there. Better just take a quick picture of that, because you know me, I'll do something and I'll forget where it is. Right, let's get the old ESR meter in. So what do you reckon this is? This an original, or has someone restuffed it, or have they replaced it? It looks new. It can't be new. 8 microfarads then, people. What do you think it's going to be? Do you want to have a guess? Do you want to have a go at some capacitor bingo a minute? They're probably the only capacitor bingo you're going to see. 8 microfarads, 150 volts then. Place your bets. Let's just catch up with a chat. Afternoon, Derek Taffman. You've got no rubber and no screening can on yours. On your what, Ben? No rubber and no screening can? Oh, I see what you're saying, Ben, yeah. Afternoon, Les. Milli Cupids. Yeah, you have got to check them. It's only the grid coupling cap on the output valve that you need to be 100% sure is okay. Industrial ionizer, Rolf, that sounds a bit dramatic. The old oscillator coils, yeah. There's a lot of wire on those. I just need to tack that one back in there. Tuck it back in, really. Bit of nail varnish, I think, just to hold it in place. Yeah, so someone's obviously cherished this, and I really don't know what the holes in the side are. Maybe George will know what that is. Red snapper. You doubt it's been restuffed given the way the cap on the output transformer was tacked on. I need to just check the value of that one as well, because I've got a load of caps here that I've pulled out to recap this if necessary, and I haven't got one that matches the one they've got on the output transformer, so that makes me wonder whether they got the right one. Ozone. Rolf's done the ozone layer on himself. Look, he's wiped out. He's punched a hole in the ozone layer. Oh. You're changing to 15, are you? Hey, Aaron. Oh, your wibbly wobbly valve doesn't wobble. It must have been an upgrade or something. Let's say it is a slightly newer. Right, let's do it then. Well, it's reading 10, which is not massively out, and the ESR is low enough. So, I mean, what is that cap doing in the circuit? I don't think it's doing a lot, is it? Let's have a look, see if we can find where it is. I think that's fine. We've got 10.02 then. Derek Cooper at 11, 9.3. There's a lot around that area. 9.3, is that closest? Ten. 8.8. 9.3 I think is closest. That was Tim. Well, no, it looks almost new, you know. It's definitely been out of the circuit before, because it looks like the wires have all been chewed around. So whether somebody's just put another one in there. I mean, when did these mustard caps come out? You know, when did these yellow mustard caps come out? Because I suspect that was done probably the same time. I mean, this doesn't check for leakage, but as I say, I don't think that's doing anything dramatic in the system. So let's just pop that back on there. I suppose we can just fire the thing up, and then if it doesn't work, then we can work it out from there, can't we? So that's that one back on. Just trying to think what else I was going to check. I could lift the output cap and stick it on my meter, couldn't I? But I think these are fine. Just have a look. I'll tell you what. One drawback of this cheaper thing is this keeps coming off. It's just on plastic pegs, so I think I'm going to have to get some little either M2 or M3 plastic screws and screw that on. Keeps popping off all the time. Right. So that is the HT bypass electrolytic, that is. HT bypass electrolytic. What is that? C23. So it's HT, it's got to be up here. So yeah, C23 is straight across the positive and negative. Yeah, so that must be part of the on-off switch, isn't it? Yes, it's directly across the HT supply, that one. So it does need to be a good cap. Let's see if we can get you back to the schematic. There he is, C23, right across the positive and negative. It's strange, it's connected to the HT positive and the LT negative. Because the HT negative comes down through this resistor. Strange. We need to check the output transformer. So C22 is that? C22 is the one that's across the primary. So let's have a quick look what that's supposed to be. C22. Oh, tone correction. Tone correction on the output transformer. 0.001. That probably is right then. Because that one is 0.01. 0.01 should be 0.001. Yeah, 001, 350 volts. I suppose whatever he's put across there will change the tone, won't it? So we can pop the leg off that anyway, so we can check the output transformer. And it might be worth just swapping that out for the correct size one. So 0.001 is 1 NF. 102, which means I'm going to have to go up to my stash again. I will power it up, David. We'll power it up. So we've got two ways of powering it up. I can either use one of these, which is made by someone called the Code Machine. thecodemachine.co.uk. Valve Radio Battery Eliminator, HT and LT. Now I'm not sure on this one what it is, or I could connect it up with 10 batteries, 11 batteries. What's going to be easier, I wonder? We need to connect a speaker up to it. So let's sort out the hot wiring of the speaker. I should better run it on the bench like that. The only problem is we haven't got the aerial connected up. I should better connect my external aerial to that. What should we do? Should we connect it up using one of these power eliminator things? I can't remember because one's got a variable pot on it, so I can adjust it for different outputs. I'm not sure what that one's set at, so I'm going to need to probably use this one. I think I'll do that rather than mess with the batteries. Then we can plug this in via the what's his name? Isolation transformer and dim bulb. I was going to just check the output transformer, wasn't I? Let's just see what we got on the output transformer. Three ohms on the secondary, and 590 on the primary, so that looks fine. Good to go. We are good to go. Right, let's get the speaker back up. Oh, damn, just lifted the handle clean out. This is not screwed in now, is it, Graham, you fool? Let's get the desk tidied up and let's get some power on it then so David can go to bed. Hi Mike, how are you? So I need to move it forward. Get the speaker at the ready. There should be anything that was short on there, so I can lay it on there. That's good. Let's connect that to the speaker. So the black one went to where it said positive. And no, black one went to where it said positive. Not that it really matters, I suppose. That's that. Let's get them out of the way. Turn the solar off. Right, we need to get some power into this thing in a minute. I think they're still available on the internet, these, but I got that off of eBay. We can look it up in a minute. So I need to find a bit of cable. And I cut a piece off the other day for another project. Have I chucked that somewhere special where I can't possibly find it anymore? Yes, I have. No, that's 5-core. Let me grab some cable, because I need a cable to power up this thing. It's only got live and neutral, there's no earth on it. It is a transformer. I'm just going to have a small piece for now. I'm intending to permanently install this in here, but you could mount that inside the case quite easily. There's room in there. There's room in there to get that in place of the battery. And I'm trying to think where I picked this. I think I picked this up from a local auction, you know. Or did I pick it up at the British Vintage Wireless Society auction? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I got this at a local auction. So I don't know anything about the history of it. Don't know who had it before. Right, I'm not going to stick a plug on it, I'll just use my quick connecty thingy with it. So who reckons this is just going to work? You're on the edge of your seat, ready for bed. Stay up, get a Red Bull in you, Dave. Get a Red Bull in you, David. You've got to stick with it. It's going to happen very soon. I don't think there's really ever been a Volve radio that I've been happy to connect up straight away. But this one could be a first. It could be the new Cruncher. No fear. Right, it doesn't seem to matter which way it goes in, does it? Because it's AC. Let's use the battery eliminator. Because that's what I bought it for. Just need to make sure I stick it on something because we've got 240 volts knocking about on the underside of that. So it ain't as safe as it looks. It shouldn't hurt on the bench as long as there's no bits of metal anywhere. So it's a plastic top. Right, let me get my quick connector and the lamp limiter, and we are in business. It says, if I can find the quick connector, that is. Where are you, quick connector? This is the problem when you have a tidy up, so you can't find nothing. So the quick connector should be there, but it's no there. There he is. I've got him. I've got him. Quick test. Lamp limiter. Not that I don't think we're going to need that, but let's do it anyway. Plug it in. Plug that in. Now we've got to wire this up to that. That's the next trick. So we've got 2 wires for HT and 2 for LT. So the brown is LT 1.4 volts. Let's just see what this one's doing in a minute. Let's see what we've got power-wise sat on the HT and the LT in a minute. So we don't need the lamp, we can switch that on, we can wind that one up. Bear in mind we have got mains sat on that. It's got a little LED lit up on it. So this will be a DC output. So we want about 1.4 volts ideally on the HT, on the LT I mean. So let's have a look at that. 1.4 ran the wrong way, Graham. 1.4 on that. 90 on that. Absolutely perfect. Brilliant. Right. So how are we going to connect this up then? How are we going to connect this up, Graham? Bear with me, David. Bear with me, David. I've got to wire up the. I've got to wire up. I didn't expect to be on this quick. Didn't expect to be on it this quick. Right, let's get some cable. Let's get this wired up. It's going to be black and red for both. Probably not good practice. I don't think I've got some bits of other colour here. Look. All tangled in together like spaghetti. Let's do a bit of wiring. So with the HT we'll go with red and black. I'm not going to cut it very long because as I say it's only a quick hook up to test it. I can do it different at a later date. So how are we going to connect it to this? Don't think that'll fit over the pins. No. That will, but it's a bit too big, isn't it? That might do it. We'll just have to chop 4 of these off. A bit overkill, really, and I haven't got any smaller ones here. Trying to find some the other day, couldn't find any. So we'll use 2 for HT. 2 for LT. So we should be able to screw them on. No, they don't fit today. So the brown is LT, red is HT. So they'll fit on there. Just got to make sure we don't wire these up the wrong way round because that will pop all of the lovely things. So brown is LT. So if we use a brown wire for that as well, And we've got yellow, so we can mimic all of the colours. Look, whoa, this is too good to be true. Right, so that's me 4 wires. You think it'll work with a valve wiggle, do you? Hi Martin, how are you? Parcel coming my way. I did see I got a parcel coming from far afield. So black to black. They're just that little bit too close together, those. So let's stick the yellow in, shall we? These are way too big, really. I need to order up some smaller chock block connectors. I've got these, and I've got some that are even bigger. But they are useful. Get rid of that little tiny one. Right. That's yellow. Just fit on there. Actually, I think it's that bit of... yeah, just that bit of string that's stopping it going right down. So there we are, that's my rough and ready connectors. It's a bit overkill, isn't it? Look at the size of that. It's proper industrial. Right, so I just stripped a black wire, but I think that's fallen on the floor as usual. Strip that back a bit further on this side. So I'm just going to go the same colours to the same colours, and then we should be able to work it out easily from that. That's the black. Red. Oh, come on. Black and red, yellow and brown. Just trying to make sure I'm clamped on the actual wires, not the sheathing. And the last one's brown. Right. So LT is brown. Brown and black. Doesn't seem right, but we'll go with that. LT negative is black. Okay. I will see if I can find you the seller of these in a minute. If anyone's interested, if you've got one of these and you want to convert it to mains, this is a nice easy way to do it. And we said brown was the LT positive. Okay, HT negative. Yellow is the HT negative. There's only one more left, so it's got to be the red one, is the HT positive. Yes. Assuming matey's writing on his little labels correct underneath. Right, we are wired for sound. Let's get some of this stuff off the bench out of the way now, and then we're going to fire it up. We're going to fire it up. We're going to fire it up. Stand by your bed, David. Stand by your bed. Now, should we connect a wire to it? Let's get my external aerial over here. Let's get a couple clip leads. Don't need to be too fancy with this. One's positive and one's negative. I don't know which is which. Go with the white as the positive. Let's connect that up to the aerial terminals. I think it was those two. Make sure that doesn't touch the chassis or each other. Right, we're good to go. We are ready. We are ready. Scary, scary times. Are you ready? David, are you ready? Are you still there? He's there. Right. Fire in the hole. Let's go that. On that. Okay. Let's go with we need to put the old chicken header back on there because I can't turn that by hand. In fact, we'll put all 3 knobs back on just so it makes it easier for me. I don't have to touch anything metal. Not that it's a problem because it's 90 volts, but I've got 240 volts sat down on the bench there, which I don't want to come across really. Just makes it a damn sight easier when you're testing if you've got the knobs on. Right, good to go. That's there, that's there, that's out the way there. That's in a land of its own. I'm going to put this stuff here on there, that might be even better. So let's go with medium wave. We'll start sort of over that side. Let's turn it this way up. Volume up, winder up, lamps in, that's in. One thing with these sets, they come up quick and sweep. We appear to be making noises. What's this set on? Doesn't sound good. Let's bypass the lamp.
Such fine margins, which is, as a viewer, great for us to watch. We've seen so many clashes at this circuit. If you think back over the years, we've had Rosberg and Hamilton all out. Leclerc was in a battle there as well. What is it a fault of the track then that this leads to so many incidents, or is it just that it inspires and brings on really hard racing?
I mean, I think it's not a fault of the track. It's just the way that it is. The drivers have to deal with what they're given. And, Max can't blame the track for being combative in creating that kind of racing. He's the one that moved over and didn't give it. He broke the rules, and it's as simple as that.
Seems to be overloading with the volume high.
Being so powerful, that's the motivation.
We ain't got a lot of stations, but that's just flick that antenna, tune it back off again. Sounds like we've got something there.
We will talk more about it in the podcast. Of course, you can ask BBC Sound for it. You can listen online to wherever you get your normal podcast, and we will do that straight after we come off.
It might be that these are on the wrong way round. Let's just swap these around. No. think we've got a mismatch on the aerial, but let's try it on long wave. Let's go to that doesn't sound right, does it? Yeah, that doesn't sound right at all. That doesn't sound right at all, does it? What do you think that is? You can sleep well now, David. Yeah, it does work, but we got issues. Calling that working? Like I say, it could be something interfering, couldn't it? Just needs a line in, you think, George? Doesn't sound like alignment to me. Sounds like something's not working properly. DF96 V2. D96 is the amplifier. I do happen to have a DF96. Let me just swap that into there a minute, because when I wiggled that, it did change. I've got a brand new. Or should I cut the power before I do that? Just cut the power. That looks new. It's in surprisingly good condition, this. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Let me just try and connect back up to the original wire aerial a minute. That one and that one. See if that makes any difference. That sounds a lot better. Yeah, I think the aerial, because it's an outdoor area, it's overloading it. Of course, the frame aerial is not very good. We'd have to turn lots of stuff off. Let's turn lots of things off. Let's turn all the annoying lights off, etc. That sounds better. We can hear it there, but it's not going to work. It needs to be the other way round, really.
What is dodgy disaster?
Something's still interfering with it, but...
Everything's all set down there. It's a half hour to get him.
Oh, I know what it is. It's that,
I'm your supervisor. And the best that can happen.
it's that thing there, I expect.
Henry's on 2,000 a day.
His classmate, Charlie.
Nope.
No. It's over.
Do you want to know what happened?
He got hit with a batting cage, you told me.
He got hit with a baseball. Between them and Australia, but New Zealand have been extremely poor.
It's the aerials overloading it, so...
They've really struggled. This next delivery, whipped away through mid-wicket. Oh, after stop, that's close. He's come back to two. There'll be a big shoot. She gets the century.
Joe.
Back and she gets it. There's been a great atmosphere here, Mark. Terrific. And Maya Busher gets a maiden ODI century, and England get an 8-wicket win. They get the series, of course, the T20s to follow. But yeah, it's been really poor for New Zealand. They know they've got a lot of things to do.
Put on me.
As a cricket match, it's not been great, but great support, and England really have played brilliantly. So, Sophie Eccleston picking up 5 wickets. I dare say you're going to...
There you are. She works. I say, strange that aerial's overloading it, isn't it, really? You just think it would make it a lot better, but maybe I need to get some sort of aerial coupling happening. I don't know. Any ideas? Whew. Whew. It's all a bit of a mess here now. So while you're perusing the aerial overloading situation, I mean, I did get it pretty good, didn't I, at one stage, yeah, but it was definitely overloading it. Right, toilet time. Right, that's better. Room for another beer now. Whew, dear. Well, one thing we can try is direct some modulator through it, can't we? But yeah, just aerial overload situation. So obviously it's quite a specific aerial requirement. Right, let's just catch up with the chat a minute, because there's lots going on here that I've missed out on. Catch you soon, David. Cheers, thanks for stopping up till we got it going. Right. Right, let me just catch up. Sounds like it's picking up Radio Graham Lab. Australian radio comes through. I'll be very surprised. I think it was New Zealand radio, wasn't it? Mike Cuss, I think I said hello to you, Mike, didn't I? You can sleep well now. Your Derek thing needs a line in. I don't think it needs a line in. So yeah, I think I've definitely sussed that it's the aerial, not the power supply. So welcome, Christoph and Joe Fanak. Kilroy, welcome to you, mate. Woodworking in the maker shop, very nice. I could do with some of your services here, Mr. Kilroy. Oh, catch you soon, Martin. Saw you had to shoe off, mate. Catch you soon. I don't know. We've got two mounting point holes in here in the side, which looked like something was connected to it, or it was somehow an external aerial. I don't know. I don't know. A shortwave modulator. It is asymmetrical FM. Yeah, I've got a ground spike driven in outside, and then I've got a long wire. I've got a long wire going across the top of the place here to the, what am I trying to say? Going across to a pole from the roof. So yeah, I've got two wires going outside, one to the earth rod and one to the long wire. Is the radio working? It is. You joined late because of the Grand Prix. We heard a bit of Grand Prix on here just now, Christoph. Yes, I think we might try Derek's modulator on it. I think it's only fair, isn't it? It's only fair. I think I swapped that valve over, didn't I? So let's pop that one back in. Let's pop the original back in. I thought maybe there was something in with the IF, because we had that weird grumbly noise. But I don't think it was. It's just the aerials overloading it. I say I have got some spare valves. It's good that all the filaments are all right, though, isn't it? I was highly suspecting that we had a dodgy filament. I mean, the ideal test scenario would be put it all back together. You take the batteries, connect a battery pack up to it, and take it out the back for a listen. That would be the ideal situation, but let's get it back around then, because we shouldn't be too directional with Derek's modulator on it. Which one have we got? Let's try the medium wave first. I need to find another 9-volt battery. Oh, I can pitch one of these, can't I? Even I'm not using it yet at the moment. I need to plug into that, to my computer. I need to find something on the computer to play. And what is that? Did I plug a microphone or headphones we plugged in? I'm going with headphones. So we want something, say, on YouTube. Let's listen to Tim, shall we? So let's flick it on. Medium wave. Sling this over the top. Let's have to listen to Tim doing his radio then.
Just addressing the case of this console radio, and what I've done so far is to use some paint stripper.
It's got a lot of hum coming in with that.
And then it left a residue, and the only way I could get it that was to use.
Doesn't like that, does it? Doesn't like that at all. Let's try the medium wave situation.
This is a surface layer of the background, and underneath is a sort of...
You're famous, Tim. I've rebroadcast you, look.
So I don't want to work my way right through...
You're going to do me for copyright, aren't you? Let's try it on long wave. It's definitely an aerial mismatch type situation going on here. Well, let's go to... Doesn't seem to pick that up at all. What's going on with that then? It is on 150. Doesn't seem to pick that up at all, did it? I'm struggling to get this to sit on the bench here. Like knocking into anything else. Right, let's try that again now. So that's definitely connected in there, that's connected in there. No, that's not. Alright, let's try that again.
I feel safe. I've removed that so I can work on the show.
It's because we've got the volume up too high, I think.
The camera goes for the grid of the output valve, and I suppose it'd be a matter of working through it and changing the axes and doing alignment. So I know I have a working radio, so I hope I still at the end of it. But that's the update for now. So thanks for watching, and
it's very bassy, isn't it? I wonder if it's that cap across it. Well, that was Tim's Melody Maker Part 2.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. Well, this is the next stage of working on the chassis of the console radio. And what's happening here is I've gone round any moving parts, and that's basically all the tuning gears, the little pulleys and so on. The freer it moves, I think the less likely the dial cord is going to break. So let's make sure.
It is working, but for some reason it could be that cap. So definitely going to swap that one out a minute before we do anything else, put the right size in there. You did show me, you still hum a bit. Yeah. Famous Tim, yeah. Copyright strike, yeah, he could do me for copyright. Yeah, so we want to put the right size thing in there, don't we? It's 0.001, not 0.01. Whether it make any difference, I don't know, but it might do, you never know. It's supposed to be the tone correction. Let's see if I can get this down without killing myself. God, I've got to move that somewhere a bit more accessible. 0.001 is a 102, I believe, isn't it? 102. There we go. So we have a 102, so we'll stick that one across there, see if it makes any difference to the real bassy, the bassiness of it. Bassy. Right, I need my my lovely stuff, but I don't know what I've done with it. I put it somewhere really safe. My nice braided insulation. No. Graham, what did you do with it? Aha. Yes, I had a bit of a tidy up a week or so ago, and I put all my sleeving, etc., in this box here now, rather than it being just a mass, a tangled mess. It's now a sort of tidy mess, tangled mess, if you know what I mean. I'm going to leave that light off for a minute because it is affecting the reception quite a bit. Right. All right. You finished. All right, okay. You're back with us now then, Rob, are you? You should tell all these neighbours you've got a live stream on a Sunday. You can't be going doing jobs. It's a live stream to watch. So inconsiderate, aren't I? Double time on a Sunday though, Rob, don't forget. Double time on a Sunday. Right, let's get that tacked in there then. Not made a great job of doing that, to be fair. There's some right pigs here, actually. I'm really beginning to dislike this desoldering pump. I might just go back to one of the old style clunkers. Never used to clog up like this one did. And he's clogged up again. Oh dear, oh dear. That is rubbish, that thing. Let me go and get an old one. Let's go and get an old one. Oh, I've got an old one here somewhere. I've got 2 or 3 old ones. Blow the dust off. What's this one here? I think this is. Well, this was supposed to be a good one. Back in the day. Solder pullet. Solder pullet. Low static desoldering tool. Certified by USA. It's a USA tool. Got to be good. And we got this old one that Sean let me have. But this one I think is supposed to be quite a good one. So we'll use this one. Do that light coming back on really, but tell you what, they put a load of solder on this. Struggling to desolder it here even. Or should I say solder if it's an American desolderer. Oh, much better action. And it's still blocked. No way. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Proper. Takes me back. There was loads of solder on that. That's better. Shush. Definitely disconnected, but I still seem to have got some bit of capacitance left in it here. Right. Is this going to make any difference to it? I don't know. People that would have worked on these things know a damn sight more about it than what I ever would. So They might have done that for a reason. They might have wanted a bassier set. I don't know. It might be nothing to do with it. But it's definitely a fair way out from what it should be. Let's take the... So we've now got the right size capacitor across the secondary, or primary I mean. So let's try that. Okay, it does sound different, so let's see if we can get something up on here again.
That's all nice and freely working. I just use some of this sort of oil, which is plastic safe sort of oil, because some of the parts even on this early radio are plastic. So I've oiled all the tuning gear, all the pulleys there, the tuning capacitor, which is on the underside at the moment, and all the controls, where they move, where they turn, just a tiny drop of oil just to take any stiffness out. So
that does sound a bit better.
Nice and freely. And then the good old isopropyl comes in to give the switches a thorough dousing really, and working backwards and forwards a few times. And also I noticed there's this long switch on the bottom here. When you turn this, it pushes a long switch goes all along here.
I'm spoiling my viewing later, aren't I? Yeah, so can we stitch up here? And the tech moan will do me for copyright, won't he? Bit Mr. Shango, what's he been up to recently? Made in Iraq AM radios.
Hey Meta, take a photo.
Vintage AM shortwave portable transistor radios. Made in Iraq. I've actually known about these for quite some time, and I've been trying to get my hands on some of them because I really wanted to look at how they're built and play with them and test them out and see how they work. And they just seem rare here in the West. I finally found someone, a subscriber, who hooked me up. His name is Ali. He lives in Iraq, and he acquired these for me and sent them DHL. It took 2 days for them to get here.
Cool.
I can't even send something from here to Mississippi and have it get there in 2 days, but somehow
there you do.
Get here
there you
in
go.
2 days.
That's that one. Let's try it with the medium wave one again.
And these were produced by the Electronic Industries Company.
Sorry, Mr. Shango, for hijacking your video.
And the Arabic.
I do like Shango's videos. I haven't watched any for a little while actually. I've just got so much on my watch list at the moment. I need to sort of, well, I don't need to desubscribe because that's not fair on the content providers really, but I think certainly I need to sort of like make myself a favourites list or something. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube, can you? Just put your favourites that you want to see, get notifications from your favourites. Right, let's try it on medium wave again then.
So the first thing we're going to do is open these, because I love radios that are made in different places.
It's got better tone now. Definite.
Soviet radios, German radios, and now we have...
I'd love to know what that is interfering with it.
Radios. Now, he said that there were no more AM stations on the air in Iraq, that he could pick up stations out of Kuwait, which Kuwait is about 400 to 500 miles from
something is really
Iraq, so that's a pretty good haul even for
is
a
it my
50
light
station during the day. At night, probably no problem, but these are definitely going to have a date in the desert, a desert field trip date performance test. Iraq is not a huge country. It's about the size of like Colorado or part of Texas.
No.
But even that, it's hard for a 50 kilowatt station to cover that much. So I don't know about the sensitivity or performance. Of course, the Soviet radios, because of the size of Russia, the Soviet radios all performed excellent. They all had really good sensitivity because of the rural nature size of them. But we don't know about these. Let's get them open. All three of them actually have the back and the battery cover. Corrosion doesn't look too bad. Maybe they don't have Duracells in Iraq.
There we go. You've heard Tim and Shango all in one stream. What's going on here? Right, let's just catch up. Yeah. You had clean sand Ariana. Is that some sort of food, Rob? Alan's in space. Do you mean aliens? Soda pulp. Used those in the 70s. Still have 3 of them. Benji has 1. Yeah, they're good. It's a good bit of kit. I think I bought this from RS, you know, brand new. I think it just bayonets off, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, he says as he tips all the soda everywhere. Yeah, I think I even managed to get some spare tips for it, but yeah. Nice old, really good sprung solder sucker. I now have it all over everything. The limited experience says that every time the values are changed in the audio section, it's by idiots. Yeah, quite a difference from 0.01 to 0.001, isn't it? I suppose you could be 004, try it that way, or, you know, but that's quite a jump, isn't it? Use your phone to film that, did you? Shango delivers a political message, as always. Shango, you don't watch Shango anymore, too political. Yeah, I do understand what you're saying, Christoph. Politics, to be fair, just goes straight over my head because I'm not really interested in it. So, you know, whatever said, I just ignore. So, yeah, I need to get it on the batteries and get it out of the back, don't I? Really. So let's deinstall the battery situation a minute. About to install the eliminator. Now, I've used these before, and they don't cause any interference. I mean, there's only one IC on it, and that's a voltage regulator by the looks of it, 317. Apart from that, there's nothing else on it that would cause any interference. It's only a proper linear transformer. I'd say I've got one of these actually permanently mounted in one of my radios, so I don't think it's that. But you know, never say never. It could be something to do with it. So I can wire that battery straight into there. The only problem I got is those are, so if I leave the HT leads in here and just take the LT ones out. So let's just have a look at the thing again. So we've got brown is the LT. So if we take the brown out of there, I think yellow was the other one. Oh, yellow's the HT. Black is the minus. So that's that one there. Just disconnecting the battery eliminator now. Did the job. Did what it says in the box. I'll say, if you wanted to permanently wire that in, you could. Might see if I can design a little 3D printed case to go over that, tidy it all up a bit, but it does work. Let's see, I've got some finger left in here. Yes. Right, so I've got my LT battery now. So the brown was the LT plus. So that's that one. The other one's got to be the LT minus. So that's my LT. So for my HT, I've got batteries now. The only way I can think of connecting these up, well, I've got two ways. I could either sort of croc clip it on there. I don't know how successful that would be though. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it looks like it would stay on there. So I've got one battery less, so this is 80 something odd volts now. See if that will work. No. Why is that then? So the yellow is the HT minus. That is the minus. Yeah. Red is the HT plus. That is the plus. Yeah, we are connected. That's in the right place. The batteries don't work though. Let's just put the other one in case it wants the full amount up it, but I'm sure you can work these from much lower voltage than that. Right, am I clamped on that? No. No. Doesn't seem to work on the batteries. That's unusual. What have I done now? Let me just double check then. So we've got brown, which is the LT plus, which is that battery there. Yeah. And we've got LT minus is the black, which is this one, which is going to there. Let's make sure we got some power in the battery. Well, I did test it earlier, but not to say it hasn't suddenly gone dead. It's an old battery. 1.5 volts. No issues there. Let's just check the power here. 96 volts. That's good. Power into here. Let's have a look. So it's the HT is yellow and red. .96 volts there. Let's just check we got the 1.5 on the other two. That was the brown and black. Yeah, we got the voltages there. So why is it not working? What's happened? So I've got all the voltages at my bit here. Doesn't work on batteries. How can that be? We haven't taken out the filaments, have we? Thanks, Tim. And thanks, Mike Cows. Yeah, it is an old battery. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Let's try it. Let's flick it on. See if we've still got... okay, no we haven't. So you're right, it's a knackered old battery. Let's try a different one then. Oh dear. I just picked up the oldest, rubbishest battery I had, really, because I thought, well, I don't really want to solder to one of my nice new shiny ones. But obviously a mistake. Let's get one of these. I did have one of these wired up already, but I can't find it. So I'm going to have to pinch the wires. Let's just disconnect that from the set. The HT's disconnected. Don't need to disconnect both. Got to bump this right up again. Stick my other soldering iron tip in. So I'll be in and out of this quick. Don't want to dwell too much on the battery. We don't want battery bang bang. We don't want battery bang bang, do we? I need to flip my transformer back on and just turn my light back on because it's... Nobody likes a dark bench, do they? That's better. Oh, it's like night and day. Right, let's bump this up. Let's go 390. Oh, 400? No, let's go 390. I prefer 390. Come on, get to 390, thank you. Disconnect Earth first, isn't it? Now I have put a bid in for some single D-cell battery holders, which should sort me right out. Where's me? What have we got here? Let's just clean these terminals up. Thanks, Rob. I dived inside a can. You'll have fun getting at that then. It is on the hackers. It's inside one of the. Oh, this is brass. That's okay. Oh, there's a fibre one then. Just give it a little up. Oh, a little splodge of. I suppose I should have checked this one under load. That's a good call though, saying about that battery under load. That's bizarre, isn't it? I mean, that is an old battery, mind you. It's 2006, I think it expired. Yeah, 2006 is the expiry date on that one. This one's March 21, so it's still pretty old, but not as old as the 2006 one. Right, so I'm in and out of that pretty sharpish. Do the same on the negative. Sounds like Maddie's going out, as you can hear. Maddie likes to tell us all about it if she's on her way out. Right, I suppose I ought to have tested that one as well, didn't I, really? See what voltage it's got on it. Let's do that a minute. .54. Let's try that one. If not, I'll have to use a new one. Push the boat out and use a new one. Now we're working. Right, let's get a battery for Tim's eliminator. Modulator.
Quiet spot here in train.
What is that?
I don't hear nothing.
Shango again. The hum's all gone though, isn't it? But, well, there's still a hum there, but...
Yeah, I don't hear nothing here. On 455,000. I got this cranked up all the way, right? If we could do this. So we didn't want to go to 555. Play with it for a minute. Well, if I feed it into there, I can barely hear it, but let me just see. I can put these back, you know.
That's him making adjustments to a radio there.
At Curry's, we know it's easy to get distracted by the football, so we're taking measures to keep focused on what we do best, tech expertise.
Hi everyone, welcome back. We still have on the operating table here this Philips tape recorder. And since the last video I continued a bit with disassembling. Last video we cleaned quite a lot and then we decided, well, everything here on top needs to come off because there's still dirt and gunk underneath all these mechanisms. So I continued with disassembling everything here. It doesn't seem to be too complicated. It's really built up in layers. These sliders over here, so once you take one off, you can take off the next one, etc., etc. So that's going quite well. I have only
I don't know who that is.
Clip, so far. There was one, the one that had this big slider in place here in the middle that just pinged off into nowhere, it seems. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. What the heck? Now, this is actually not scripted at all, so I just looked down and it was just laying here.
That's Christoph, look, for you. Retro Tech Restorations. There you go. Your minute of fame. Bob, thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Oh, you have? Well, okay. Direct. No, but I fitted this to an ever-ready... I can't remember what it was now. Well, let's pop the battery off for that one then a minute. The problem is with all the radio stations, I've got to have the radio facing that way because it's the side of the radio that picks up, if you know what I mean.
Use their abilities they've got.
What I would say on that is that international football and the best managers in international football who are successful are the ones who can just adapt at the click of a finger, because at club football you know what to expect from other managers of the teams. In international football, I just think that
to engage in sexual reproduction and go on to grow a fully functional and healthy fungus. The human equivalent would be as if a teenage boy's sock that he threw under the bed one evening, 9 months later, crawled out as a newborn baby.
That's incredible. Although poisonous, as you said, death cats only account for roughly 100 deaths a year. But there are deadlier things in nature. So we see it as our duty to seriously warn listeners about them. So let's play a round of my favourite health and safety game show, Survive It Dance Rifle.
I still think it sounds a bit...
Well, I'm going to tell you a natural hazard, and you can tell if it causes greater or fewer fatalities than the previous one. Okay, let's start with a health and safety classic, sharks. Do sharks kill more people or fewer than the deadly death cat mushroom's 100 deaths a year?
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not the best sounding set I've heard.
Sharks kill just 6 to 10 people a year globally, so mushrooms are more deadly than sharks?
Why is Shango on the radio? It's because I'm using one of these kits from Derek. It was asked that. Joe, yeah, I'm using a modulator. There's still some noise coming through. There's so many things in here. Like I say, what I need to do is get it all wrapped up back in the case, take it outside, and then try it, really. But it just makes me wonder whether he's got any other caps wrong in the audio section, that's all. Dids, how you doing, mate? Another finger. You're very aware of your accent. Yeah, I mean, I can see a lot of pencil marks on the back of the dial plate. Someone's marked frequencies for alignment, so... Nearly time for England's game, Mike, is it? You wonder if the 50 Hertz filter on the eliminator could be improved. As I say, I don't know. I've not had problems with it on any other radio that I've tried it on. So, which do you reckon? I mean, it's got... Obviously got, it is linear, it's got 2 outputs on this transformer now. Secondary, yeah, it's got 2 12-volt secondaries on it. That's unusual because I don't know if this had too much HT on it, you know, LT, because I tested the one without the variable resistor in it, and I used the other one, if you know what I mean. That was a bit silly of me, wasn't it? I don't know what that was wound up to. That might be higher voltage on the eliminator. On the... What are you going on about, Graham? Yeah, I should think so. Right, let's disconnect this a minute. Let's take our LT battery out. Right, it's a right mess on here at the moment. See, that's basically what I need to do. I need to get the radio back in and take it outside. So shall we do that? You're not going to be able to see it outside, but you'll be able to hear it. I think we've got time, haven't we? What are we doing? Yeah, I think there's enough time for me to do that. That's lucky that won my toes. Have you ever serviced an HMV 1106? I don't know. You've done your back mic as well, have you? Taking codeine. Good stuff. The battery eliminator uses a voltage multiplier to get from 24 to 90 volts. This chops up the 50 hertz to 100 hertz. It's very difficult to hum out of it. Oh, right, okay, Derek. Very nice. Very constipated. I tell you what, they gave me diazepam for my back, and that absolutely was like magic. It really relaxed all the muscles back down in my back, but it's not something you can stay on for long. I had I've got cocodamol as well to take for it, but like you say, it does you need that subscribed with laxatives. So I had a subscription of both. They didn't give me neat codeine though, I only had cocodamol. Just taking the opportunity to clean the dial plate up while it's out. Don't think I should touch this too much because it might rub off. Well, that's been cleaned anyway by the looks of it. Right, let's denob it. I noticed the volume pot was a bit noisy as well, so we'll give that a squirt while we're in here. But I think I will have to go through all these caps just to make sure they're the right values. Squirt some fader lube down the ass end of that. There's a little bit of oil on the front piece as well. That's a little bit stiff. Do these jobs while it's out the case. Better. Bit of oil down there. Tuning. Bit of oil on the pulley. All on that pulley. Seems to get very tight in one place, that dial cord, for some reason. think it's been restrung, but maybe it's this that's a bit stiff. Should that have a little bit of grease on it? Let's put some of our plastic lube on that. Sure, I love a bit of that. I knew that was going to come out all at once. Is that any better? Got wet fingers now. Yeah, all those cores are double-sided, but that's the IF. I don't think there's any problem in the IF. Damn, one of the spacers has come off. One of the dreaded spacers. Right, where's my pot gone? There's all the bits in it. That's one. Danish. Thank you very much, Paul. It's gone tight all of a sudden, that one. Ow. I need to get my little sockets out, but get them up as hard as I can by hand first. Just finishing off with a little adjustable. suppose the muffly sound could be caused by an output valve that's a bit past its best. Not going to murder those up. That's those. Let's put in the 2 screws. I knew I was going to drop that because it's brass and it doesn't stick to the screwdriver, Graham. Yeah, that screw ain't doing a lot. Right. Rewire time. So again, you're not going to see a lot of this. Let's put that little pad back underneath that finial now. I've got stuff everywhere again here, look. Well, we don't want 390. Do need to be a bit hotter for the speaker leads, though, because they do seem to be someone's messaging me. Might be that I thought my... No, I'm going to have to get up and do this. Reach over the top. That's the speaker leads. Connected. We've got these. That one went to the twirly one, went to the top connection, I believe, didn't it? We've got a middle connection on this as well. And then I have to bend that around. Yeah, we've got a middle connection as well on this. Just clean up that connection in there. Just wrap that in around that. Being careful not to touch the connection, Graham, that you've just superheated. Right. we are pretty much back together. Oh, God, see, that made my back ache just leaning over doing that. Whoa. Okay. Knobbage. Right, knobs on. Let's connect the battery situation back in again then. So we've got our battery pack, which actually sits in there very nice, look. Look at that. Very tidy. Let's get you in a bit closer. You're a bit far away, aren't you? Aaron's off. Can't you see, mate? Oblivion. You need to lift the diode out, Rob. Take it out. What's the matter with you? Thanks, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Diazepam is the benzo and also addictive in the long term. Yeah, diazepam worked a treat. Right, let's wire this up. Let's put the LT in first. I'm sure somebody told me you're supposed to connect the LT first before the HT or something. So the brown is the positive. Black is the negative. So then with this, I'm just going to have to throw it all in there. Let's go red for positive. Well, actually, can go red and yellow, look. Yellow for the negative. It's not ideal doing it like this really, but that should all fly in there. Close it up quick before you can see what's in there. Right, we're in business. Let me take it out into the garden. And let's see if we can get anything on that medium and long. So you hear me on the microphone, but unfortunately you won't be able to see a lot on the thing. I can show you my multimeter, look. You can have a look at that while you're at it. And my stupid mistake I did in the week, which nearly cost me a small arm and a leg. I did have it here, but I can't find it at the moment. was I managed to pop a very expensive fuse in it. Luckily for me, I managed to get one pretty cheap. So, right, let's go downstairs. Let's go out the back. Should I take my beer with me? No, I can't take beer. Right. This is Cruncher still out with the doggies by the sound of it. Right, let's go over to the patio table that I've just repainted. Very nice. Let me sit down outside. Switch her on then.
Give me a little, don't point you out.
Johnny Ianson speaking to Sister Jennifer of the Church of Our Lady of Mercy in Ronda in Spain. And you can find more Witness History programmes on BBC Sounds. Ian Macmillan presents the best poetry, new writing and performance in just a moment. Robinson helps you with your plans for this Thursday evening.
It's a night when so much is at stake. Power and influence, who speaks for you where you live and on the world stage. All that. Human drama in bucketfuls. You can follow it all live with reporters in hundreds of accounts. Plus, comment.
For some reason, medium wave has gone up.
2020.
Very deaf.
That's Ian Macmillan with his guests who are poets and poetry lovers and who find the poetry in the everyday as well as in verse. This week, as well as exploring new work commissioned for the programme, he takes a deep dive into
Hello, Coco. Yeah, something's not making very good contact in there. Let me get a screwdriver. Oh, that's it. Doggy's back. You've been walkies, have you? Have you been walkies, Maddie? Oh. Right. Yeah, something is not working right. Maybe something's touching something. Let's just pop the back cover down again. Ah, okay. Yeah, the positive wire's come off of the battery. Must have been just hanging on there. Yeah, for some reason it's not working on. Medium wave now. Unless my battery's gone dead again.
But at this point they were going for walks together and talking about all kinds of things, not least the...
Oh, it is working. Just not very sensitive.
So they start again from in front of their own box. Foden comes short. First time pass.
No, it's very low gain on medium wave for some reason.
Position.
So I can only pick up one station on there.
It's been far from funny. Yeah, no, that is funny. And also Foden is being very central. He's not holding that width on the left-hand side at all.
That's full volume.
Come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood.
Yeah, it's getting lower and lower. Let's bring it back up. Let's bring it back up for a listen. Started off alright, didn't it? Right, Mrs. C? Hi, Coco. In Maddie. Yes, I'll be down in a minute. Right, yeah, for some reason that went a bit quiet.
There's a strong case for the first, one of the best first lines in a poem that I
Could be a dirty switch, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. It's gone louder again now. What's all that about? What's all that about?
Back to me. And Rice just holds off the challenge from him, and England go back to stationary ball again. Walker then, long pass from him. Trippier pushing up the left hand.
That area was very...
Throwing by Trippier back to Rice. Here's Mainu. Mainu then just keeps the ball. Pulls it out here to Saka. Saka running up against Hansco. Still.
It's very quiet. That's Radio Wales. It's pretty good that it's picking it up, but You better not pick that up as a copyright hit, because I can't hardly hear that myself. And somewhere I've got a nice plastic trimming tool. That one there. It might be that we've got wobbly cores, so I'm just going to give them a little. Not that one for sure. No, they're peaked. IS peaked. Oh, obviously I can't get the back of it with it like this, but it's definitely connected to that one, wasn't it? Let me just make sure I've got the aerial connections the right way around. Yellow, brown and green. Strange. I'm going to take it off of that just in case it does.
Yes, fans, the Falcons will have enjoyed that. Now Rice wins it back. Here's Bellingham on the edge of the area. Bellingham trying to find a position left side of the box. Back to Foden. Foden goes down. Big shout for a penalty. And not sure. Bellingham though, his cross. That's blocked by the defender. Comes out. Right footed ball in from him. Came with a header wide. Came off the defender. To corner. Oh, this game is really edgy. I mean, it's happening at both ends. Declan Rice, brilliant interception. Wraps the ball into Jude Bellingham. He gets past Skriniar, who has a real run.
Figures 11 and 5.
By the penalty spot, and it's a wild clearance by Slovakia. It's a little bit messy from them. I mean, the tackle goes in on Foden. It's a real melee. There's a lot going on inside that box. Came off the defender. Kane's header into the top of his shoulder. The corner from the right-hand side. The first course of the match is through, and somehow both sides still yet to break through. Trippier with the corner from the right. Takes it back towards Saka. Left footed ball in from Saka. Came off the head of the defender. Hasn't cleared it. Stone stretching for it. Comes out. Mainu goes for the volley, but it wouldn't hit beautifully, but it flew away over the top left corner by a yard or more. Perfect trajectory, wasn't it? And look at his facial expression as he drops away.
Let's just check my HT voltage under load a minute.
But he's got the quality to hit the target now. I think he's disappointed actually. He's got the ability to tip and swerve the ball. It was a lovely effort.
So that is
basically, you know, a couple of yards lower. That's an unstoppable shot. But yeah, that was a good couple of minutes from England there.
Red.
Minds roll the corner. I want to see Trippier put it in, but I thought it was a good ball in from Saka as well. Ball played close by Jude. Here is Laine again, the number 17, Walker. Threatened to step in there on the challenge. Back to Hansco, then down the line. Back he goes to the halfway line to Lobotka, and then through the middle. England back in position, but Slovakia just popping the ball around England. There's Lobotka, draws Bellingham and plays it infield towards Judah, and they go back into their own half. Confidence. Well, they have turned up here feeling like they can beat England today. You can tell by their body language.
94.79.
To the area, trying to get it down. It wouldn't bounce for him. Played into the box. Now the chance and the goal. Grant with a right foot from the angle, and it is Slovakia who open the scoring.
Slovakia.
And they deserve it. A super start to the match from them. 24 minutes.
So that one.
He scores his third goal of these Euros. And it's England 0, Slovakia 1. God, it's massive pressure for England now. What a start to the game from Slovakia. Well, I'm looking down, John. I don't think Mark Ayres, it was Kobe Mainu. Oscar, he's down in the box.
Yeah, the filament voltage is 1.4, so that's fine. So voltage is all right under load.
Onto his feet. I mean, it's super football, but there's so much time and space on the ball that they have, John, to find the right path. Lovely run into the box from Trant. He gets found by his teammate, he gets his head up, Pickford's coming out, he just flicks the ball with the outside of his right boot, slots it into the corner, and Mark Gahey receiving treatment in the 6-yard box. Yeah, this could be a problem for Mark Gahey. Let's go down behind the goal, Kirsty Christensen.
Let's try the padders then. Let's go back to so that's a pretty weak signal. Let's attack that. So the medium wave aerial coil is the second one up. No, that is peaked. No. Nope. Well, that's another oscillator. So the AM, I don't want to mess with the oscillator really, because come on, get in there. That's just a dull position. And the aerial. That's better.
There was so much time, John. I mean, it was pretty comfortable for them. And it's been a big problem with England in the Euros in this tournament. We just haven't got tight enough or close.
Women who run with the bones. The silver birch shelters still as it solidly ages, can still form pages, can make a wardrobe or a paddle to beat those destinies to set their caps that only the youngest stops. You can ride the menopause out with HLP, a Davina McCall podcast.
See, there's no background hiss at all on that. On medium wave, which sort of says it's a bit insensitive, but what do you think? H. Neil, how you doing, mate? Slovakia have taken the lead, yes. Hey Steve, how you doing, mate? You off now? Cheers, mate. It should tell you in the service manual, in the instructions, what the diode is, Rob. If not, you want a germanium one in there. You've heard the bright side. Hopefully, I don't get a hit for that. Cheers, Derek. Catch you soon, mate. Yeah, I was just having a look just to see so DK96 is a frequency changer. DF96 is the IF amplifier. So DK96, we've got one of those. I think I've already changed that one once, so didn't I? DF96, DK96. And of course, we've still got voltage here, haven't we? It does sound a bit dodgy, that one, though, doesn't it? We might have a dodgy valve base on that one. I probably ought to disconnect. One of each. DK96. Let's try this one in there then. See if it makes a blind bit of difference. DK96 is a frequency changer, so that's working in it. We wouldn't have an oscillator, it would be working now, so we didn't have that, but it could be bad. I tried the DF96 in it just now, but it didn't make a lot of difference, but then yeah, dodgy valve base. Dodgy, El Doggio Volvo base. Let's have a look, see if we can give it a squirt or something. Let's give the old things a water brush in a minute. Sounds like that's where it is. Hi Ganesh, how are you? I don't really want to spray loads of deoxit in it, so what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of the D100 stuff on each leg of these. Yeah, I've just done a quick rough and ready one, and it is already peaked. To be fair, Paul, I did think maybe one of the slugs had moved. But the only thing is I haven't checked the back of the IF transformer, if you know what I mean. Right, so if I angle that downwards, where is it going in there? As we got that around about, let's pull that in and out a few times. That's what's causing us to have the dodgy lack of background noise. Probably nothing wrong with that valve there. Looks like these are all new valves actually, they look very clean.
really enjoying watching him play from a point of view, but it's fits and starts, isn't it? It's not a smooth performance by any.
That's better, I can hear. I mean, it could just be it's got a really quiet noise floor, but...
Striker, who was on loan at Slava, the Slovak champion.
So I've definitely brought it up a bit by trimming the aerial trimmer.
And in almost sense, you would say England would be strong favourites.
That valve's all right now.
Their coach was saying yesterday this England squad, it's worth 1.5 billion euros. Our team's worth 150 million. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a really good point. But they're playing like a team. And Martin, who was on a Slovakian. Saka in on the challenge, hooked away by Harrison. And all of the time with Slovakia having a 1-0 lead, while England do look to press forward, then that opens the possibility for a second goal for Slovakia. And here they are inside their own half, challenge on Kutska. Laine back to Bellingham. That was smooth from Bellingham. And then he actually...
It's really interesting. I mean, look at it, if you think about echo, you think about echo in terms of sound, don't you?
Let's just chuck that back in, then put the back on and have a bit of a wiggle around with it. Well, that's we didn't really have to fix a lot today, did we? To be fair, makes a change. Very, very directional, that aerial. That's bizarre, it's not picking up anything now.
Did that inspire you to use repetition? Because repetition is such a huge and powerful part of the Bible.
With the line being deep as as high as it could. I feel like England are really trying to put pressure on him. He's come and he's done well there. 3 corners in a row. I think he's defended him really, really well. Winning some really
very directional.
Just see the
fundamental about her singing that here. My whole family, if I start singing...
So it's very directional. I mean, it could just be that it's got a really, really quiet noise floor. I don't know. I just don't know. Volve basses, yeah. Dirty bass. Yeah, so really it needs to come back out the chassis again, hot wire it all up, and do the other side of the IFs. It might be that someone's done a tune-up and they've only done one side. I don't know. I'm not convinced, but maybe. We need to probably put this original valve back in for authenticity. It's a Mullard. I will stick that one back in it. Take my other one out. At least I know my other one works now, so I can put a big tick on that one and say it's okay. How are you, Ganesh? So I think we're coming up to that sort of time. I was trying to find that that blimmin', what should we call it? There it is. There he is. Yeah, this here, massive great fuse, 1000-volt fuse. Now this multimeter is rechargeable. You notice it says 440 milliamps fused, and then you basically, to recharge it, you plug the charger into those two ports there. You plug it across there and put it on charge, and it's got to be in the charge position there. Well, but what I did was I didn't realize, because after a while this cuts out. If you leave it on, it just cuts out to save the battery. I didn't realize, because it was blank, that this was still in sort of like this position. And I went and connected the battery charger up to this, turned it on, and nothing, no display. So took it all apart, and this fuse has gone. Now this is it's quite an important fuse. It is 1000 volts at 440 milliamps. It's a digital multimeter fuse. You can see the size of the thing. It's well, it's pretty big. It's like 4 times the size of a normal fuse. And I looked these up online, and I think RS wanted 70 something pounds each for them. Farnell wanted 60 something pounds. This is plus delivery, mind you. But luckily, I managed to find somebody on Amazon that was doing them for £5 something each. So I'm really not sure what is going on there. And I mean, I bought 2 because they were cheap. I thought, well, I'm bound to do it again, so I bought another one. But yeah, it says new multimeter, automation 247. But yeah, it's a brand new one. I've kept it in the packing because it's sealed. It won't tarnish if it's in there. But yeah, it's got exactly the same. It's Bussmann, 1000 volt, fast acting fuse. Let me just show you. Let me show you, see if I can find it in my history. Bussmann, here we go. Okay, so let's go to that. See, if you look down here, I mean, that's... Oh, RS were £115.25, look. Mouse are £79.81. 5 pieces from online car parts were £268.91. So yeah, exactly the same one, look. Oh, what? Oh, it's a pack of 5. Okay, £19.20. That's better. But 96 quid a pack, including the VAT, look, from RS. That's Mouser. That must be more than one as well. So yeah, that's 66.51 each Mouser, for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. But I got it on Amazon. That says Amazon there. Is that the one I got it from? Yeah, $7.99. I don't think that's the exact one. Yeah, maybe it was then. $7.99. So I don't know what's happening there. I mean, I don't think that was the exact one, because I'm sure I paid less than that for it. For now. No longer manufactured. Obsolete already, that. Yeah, 23 quid. So yeah, it's not very often, is it, that there's one on eBay there. It's not very often that Amazon are cheaper than everybody else. But yeah, it's an expensive mistake to make that. But you know, there you go. It happens, doesn't it? We've all done it. I want a U1252B. Oh, you want one? Sorry, Bob. I popped the fuse, mate. You don't have the Grundig parts list. I thought you did. You got the schematic. Does it not tell you which one it is on the schematic? Does it just show it as a diode? Yeah, I don't know what the holes are. I really don't know. It does look like they're sort of factory and they've been uncovered, if you know what I mean. So maybe somebody sort of like had a poke around, found there's a couple of patched over ones and slit them open to feed something through. I don't know, but obviously a wire, well, my wire antenna overloads the hell out of it for some reason. I don't know why. You put a label on your fluke, think before using, or $9 fuse. Yeah. Yeah. Price could have gone up, yeah. Why would you do that, Rob? Just read the instructions, mate. Could put a couple of brass screws over them. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the fuse. Yeah, it's pretty big, though. I mean, they are quite large. Yeah, they are quite large. As I say, I don't know what I paid for it. It's something that could be restored to pretty good condition. I mean, you could sort of like peel them back, and there's a cloth there, but it just looks factory, you know. It doesn't look like someone's just gone and drilled holes in it, because they've got a screw thread in them as well. It just seems very strange. It definitely looks like there's an accessory or something available to strap on the side. I don't know what it would be. Maybe it was a case that was used for something else, and this was for a different model, and someone's opened them up to use the holes. Pass. Catch you soon, Derek. It just shows it as a diode, does it? Well, yeah, like Tim said, a 1N34 or an OC. I'm trying to think of my germanium diodes I got here. But you've got to check to make sure it's not that it's gone first. You're speculating again, Rob, before you've even found out. You need to take the can out of the radio, open the can up, unsolder one leg of the diode, and then measure it because it's connected across a coil. So nice flat heads. Yeah, I mean, even I suppose if you had well, the trouble is you need a pretty big screw head to cover that up. You would need a pretty big screw head to cover that up. But it is restorable. It is restorable. And I do like it. I like it a lot, actually. Needs a bit of TLC. But it is working. It is working. Not brilliantly, but it is working. It's working enough to go out on a nice picnic with. Smooth wide heads. Cheers, Bob. Thanks for your tip as well, mate. Tour de France, very nice. I haven't watched a Tour de France for a few years. I used to watch that. I used to enjoy that. The yellow jersey and the red dotted King of the Mountains jersey and all that. Used to enjoy that. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day there, people. I think we've had fun. It's nice to be able to fix stuff, but sometimes stuff don't need fixing. This needs a little bit of tweaking, but I did manage to pull it up a bit by tuning one of the aerial coils there. That's the only thing that made any difference. So ideally it probably wants to come out and have a full alignment as per the book, which is pretty straightforward on one of these, to be fair. I did have a look at it. It's not difficult to do. Yeah, OA91. You put a 1N34A in. I don't think I've got a 1N34A. I've got a load of germanium diodes, but I think they're mostly AA119s, OA90s, I think OA91, IN60. Yeah, IN60s as well. They're all pretty much the same, but you reckon the 1N34A was the business? I say I've got a 1N60. Be interesting to try some different diodes in it, really. But yeah, they're all available on the internet anyway, on eBay. But you need to take it out and check it first, Rob. We're speculating. 50s radios sound great. Yeah, you do. So that's it for now. I'm going to go and watch the darts. Starts at 6, so I'm going to have my other beer and watch the darts. Finals. It's the World Cup of Darts, which is pairs. So thanks very much, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed that. And have a good week. And I'll see you next Sunday, if not before. And I'll still be trickling the odd video in during the week. So hopefully you're enjoying those. Cheers for now.